On the same day last year, Dalal Street witnessed one of the two most manic days of 2024. Now, exit polls were predicting a thumping majority for the incumbent Narendra Modi government for the third straight term. Now, in response, here's a look at the way the markets rallied on the 3rd of June last year. The Nifty Bank, the broader markets, all of them. But the actual gains came from the PSU stocks, the stars of 2023, carrying on their shine into 2024 as well. Alas, the next day, when the actual results were out, the BJP fell short of that magic 272 number, and the markets did not like that. The market lost double of what it had gained on the 3rd of June, and if the PSU stocks led the up move, they also bore the biggest brunt of the exit polls going wrong. PSUs were the biggest contributors to the 31 lakh crore rupees of investor wealth that was wiped out on the 4th of June. However, when the markets realized that the NDA will remain in power and Narendra Modi will become Prime Minister for a historic third term, the recovery began. The Nifty went on to make a new high 3 months later, as did the broader markets during the course of the year. And despite the sharp sell-off witnessed from then until March of this year, most of these indices have had double-digit gains during the last 365 days. The underperformers, PSUs. And this 4.5% surge that you see is also courtesy of the recent up move that you have seen in these railways and the defense names that has propelled the index back into the positive territory. So who's been the biggest gainer on the Nifty during the last 1 year? The index heavyweights? Not really. Mostly new entrants like BEL, Shriram Finance, Eternal. They are the ones that form the list, completed by legacy names like HDFC Life and Bharti Airtel. The names on the downside, though, should not surprise you other than Tata Motors. The only Nifty stock that had doubled in value in 2023 is down 20% during this period, and this is after recovering from its 52-week lows. Now, IndusInd Bank and others like Adani Enterprises complete the list. Now, let's take a look at the broader market gainers. Paytm shares are still down 56% from their IPO price, but if you were a buyer in the stock on the 4th of June last year, you would have made a cool 2.5x on your investment already. The recent rally in shares of BSC, Mazgaon Dock and Solar Industries also puts them into this club. Now, on the flip side, Vodafone Idea leads the list of losers, followed by Ola Electric, which listed in July of last year. Hindustan Zinc and Astral are some of the other underperformers, down between 25 to 30%. Now, if Mazgaon Dock was part of the mid-cap winners, Garden Reach is part of the small-cap winners, also having doubled from June of last year. And this is despite a 60% correction from the top and a subsequent recovery after that. PG Electroplast and Zen Technologies are also part of this list, having doubled and even tripled in value during the last 365 days. Losers here are also not from a specific sector. Birlasoft, which has been under pressure recently after a downgrade, Titagarh Rail, Tejas Networks have all faced some of the other headwinds during the last 12 months, and it shows up in the price. PSU stocks, known for their triple-digit returns in recent times, have barely managed to cross double digits during the last year. Barring BEL, most of the other names in the list have only gained between 10 to 20%, and this I'm talking about the PSE index and their constituents. Even on the losers, the once high-flying names like IRFC and REC are continuing to grind lower, having corrected between 40 to 50% from their highs. So it's been a year to Modi 3.0, and while the markets have delivered decent returns despite multiple global headwinds like tariffs, the PSUs would want to now raise their hand and play catch-up and bring back the days of 2023 when they were simply unstoppable.
Thanks for tuning in to CNBC TV 18, and for more news and updates, follow us on all the social media platforms.